Welcome all as we congregate to the greatest toy line in community, ever growing, ever changing. As we collect and adapt these figures to our own imaginations and embrace the fun, there's much to learn, especially if you're new to Mythics. Hey friends, welcome to another episode of New to Mythics, episode 56. I'm joined by good friends Vdawg and Grasshopper. How we doing today, fellas?
Good, great.
Right on, man. It's good to see you. How you guys been?
Pretty good.
Awesome. So I think people that are in the community that watch some of the shows that are on in the Cabal, like what are some of the shows that you've been on? People have seen your name, Vdawg. What shows have you been watching and participating in?
Shooting the Shelf.
Mhm.
The one, I don't know all the names, but the one that the Dork Lair is in.
Okay, I think you're on four o'clock,
Yeah, I do that one sometimes. Yeah.
and then Mythic Conversations too with Jeremy, or no?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay,
Especially when there's big news that he had.
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then was it Saturday Morning Toy Collector or
Yes.
Double Jointed? Was it Double Jointed where you were commenting? And so how did I meet you? How did I get to know who Vdawg is? Walk me
Okay.
through, man.
So I joined the Cabal around April last year,
Mm-hmm.
and I was trying to get some information about what the line and everything, and certain questions I was asking. And I remember you mentioned a comment that you got a show called New to Mythics that talks about, you know, people being new to the line. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what started the whole thing, and then we started chatting, and then became part of the Facebook group.
Okay, right on.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I remember that, and I remember you sending me messages, and then you were started talking to Mark too.
Yeah. So yeah, that's right. So I was talking to you and Mark. Well, at first it was Peter Johnson was the first one I contacted
Mm-hmm.
because I didn't know anyone, and I messaged him. And then I found then it was your post you mentioned about New the Mythic, so I started chatting with you, and then I started chatting with Mark, and it was you and Mark like back and forth, and I was like, wait, I want to talk to both you guys at the same time. So I was telling Mark, can I just do like a chat, just the three of us, and then he added me to the group that we're in now. So
Mm-hmm. Legions collectors.
yeah, yeah.
So take me back when you were younger. Have you always been interested in action figures?
Yeah, yeah. When I was a little kid. Um,
What did you like back then?
the first was probably Masters of the Universe. My favorite one is Trapjaw growing up.
Oh yeah, I love Trapjaw.
And so the Masters of the Universe, that was when I was really getting into it. It was pretty much like the replays and everything, but they still had a lot of those figures you could buy. And
Mm-hmm.
I got two other brothers. Yeah, yeah. Those. Let's see. Yeah, those are the Masters of the Universe classics and some of the Super Seven ones there.
Okay,
And
you got a bunch, dude.
yeah, yeah, I got more than that. But yeah, so I got two other brothers, and we had just a handful of toys. You know, it was a little different back then. And so I like the Motu. I think we had some of the GI Joe My brother had the black. I don't think we had the full Voltron, but my
Hmm.
my older brother had the black one.
Hmm.
Um, and we had some different Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But
Did
I
you guys?
just like the new ones. I just like how they're made better. So
Yeah.
I
Did
don't
you guys?
relate some. Yeah, I don't relate so much as the older ones now as the newer ones because I love art. You know.
Right. Did you
So,
guys share pretty good back then?
yeah, yeah, it wasn't too bad. For the most part.
Yeah. Grasshopper, I know you're much younger than me and Char or Vdawg, sorry. What did you play with back then, man?
I was a huge Lego fanatic. So, like, when I was 3, 4, up until around 8, 8, 9, my mom, she would buy me uh, several Lego sets, different Lego sets, and I would um, merge each set together and create like my own storylines
Hmm.
and things like that, and also try to see how creative I was with um, creating different storylines and creating my own, like, almost like, I don't know, like just stories.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
younger, and as I got older, I kind of weaned off, and but I'm eager to get back into doing something creative, whether it's collecting action figures or like just something that soothes the soul.
Right. Right. Yeah, something fun, something that takes your mind off of things.
Yeah.
Um so Vdog, you were into Masters of the Universe and you said GI Joe and stuff like that. Trap Jaw was your favorite. Um was there a period where you kind of stopped collecting, or did you
Uh,
feel like you were going to outgrow it? Did you kind of set it aside for a while?
yeah, probably when I was a early teenager, just like a lot of kids, I guess. It just kind of
Yeah.
died out.
I'm always
And
curious what it is that causes people to like start collecting again. Like when you're a kid, of course, you like toys or you like figures or whatever, you think they're cool, or Legos or things like that. But like a lot of times when we kind of get into adolescence, we're kind of like find other things that are interesting, um or almost like in some cases like you feel like you're ashamed, or you're you're too grown to play with stuff or to collect things, or to have figures in your room or toys or something. So it's like you kind of have you got to shun it, and you got to kind of put it away or put it in a box in the garage or under your bed or something. So I'm always curious of what it is that kind of reawakens that interest.
yeah, I think it's like if you didn't have a lot, maybe growing up, that it's like you're sounds like you're making up for it.
It's like a compensation thing, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, and
yeah.
I feel that because like I had a friend. I was kind of the poor kid, and like I had one Thundercat figure, and I had like a couple Transformers, and I had a couple I had some GI Joe and stuff, but I didn't have like a lot. But I mean I loved what I had and I appreciated it. But my friend, this kid had everything, and as I got older, I'm like, I can buy my own now. I have a job, so I can buy stuff for myself. And even as an adult, you kind of look back and you think, geez, I always wanted that GI Joe tank or whatever. And it's like now I can go back and pick it up.
Yeah, I did like get. I was jealous of my older cousins. They had quite a few Masters of the Universe figures, and I think they had Snake Mountain.
Oh wow,
That,
yeah,
that
I
was
never had that.
yeah, like when Super Seven did the. No, actually, it was the Matty Collector. They did the Castle Grayskull. I did get that, but I wasn't
Hmm.
able to get Snake Mountain. But still, that's still a nice playset.
Yeah, absolutely. So what was it that you when did you feel like you when did you go back to, like, checking out figures and stuff like that?
Yeah, so it was around 2012, I believe.
Mhm.
Um, so in the past, like, was it 2002? You know, when the Masters of the Universe cartoon came out in the early 2000s?
Mhm.
I think I've seen some old ones out there. So I was like, oh, I need to come back to Walmart and buy one, but they were gone. You know, they must have had like extras. So I thought that was kind of cool, but then it faded away again. And um, over the years, I would kind of check online. Maybe I could, like, hey, let me try to get some of these vintage ones from back in the day.
Mhm.
And I just could not uh, understand the new prices of today. You
Right.
know, like, I probably came across that Mandy Collector site before,
Mhm.
but I wasn't willing to pay that price. And then when I just over time, I was like, I guess that's the price how it is these days. Things change.
Right.
So then I started getting a bunch of those. I did some subscriptions, so I missed out on some things, but I did get pretty good collection. Like, my younger brother, he has that about on that podcast. So it's funny. The first figure I got from Attic Collector was it Horde Prime here.
Cool.
That was a pretty cool figure, and I was
Yeah.
telling my brother about it. It was like the end of 2012, right? I was telling my brother about it, and as soon as I told him, he started collecting them, and I was jealous because they had a bunch of those figures at his shop, at the comic shop.
Mhm.
So I would have him pick some up for me and send it to me and everything. So for a long time, he had more than I did.
Was that like something that you guys kind of shared together, like a hobby that you guys shared?
Yeah,
Or was it
but
more
it's like,
competitive or
no, no, it could have been with me, but he's like, he didn't really play with them. He like would put them on the shelf. So it's
Mhm.
like he was kept collecting them for some reason. Maybe it's the art thing, I guess.
Yeah.
And then, but I do like how, yeah, his first one was Beastman, and that was expensive because you got it after the fact.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't have that one because that one's expensive. But and also before that, before I bought any of them, trying to understand the whole price thing, what really got me started back into collecting was Pixel Dan, because he did those video reviews like a lot of people do today,
Mhm.
and you can see how it, with the articulation and everything. That's what drew me in from the
Yeah.
get go since like 2012. So
Those videos are so addicting. I love watching, like, I could just watch review videos. It's
yeah,
almost like I don't need to buy it because I'm watching this guy, basically run through what it can do, what it comes with, or it makes it even worse. Like, I want it even more. It's like, geez, man, I got it. It's like I got to have that because it's just so dang cool.
yeah,
But yeah, I love watching reviews. I watch them all the time. Like, if I just need some background, something on the TV, I'll put on a review. Maybe Marks or maybe Robo or Toy Bro or somebody. I'll put their reviews on, and
yeah. I don't see Pixel Dan doing Mythic ones, and I don't think he was at LegionsCon that I could see. So
I don't think so.
yeah, I don't know, but
Maybe he's not interested or something. I'm not
yeah.
sure.
But I do like how Super Seven made the Master of the Universe classics. They did like I forget the name of the line was, but really this one's my favorite one here. This
Oh yeah,
Jaw. Yeah.
and
And
see, I
this one,
love the color. The color is like the is it like from the TV show?
yeah. See, I'm cartoon accurate, just
Yeah,
like I'm not. I'm more of a cartoon accurate person because that's what I watched.
right.
I love this one too, Beastman.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So just like back in like Dungeons and Dragons, the Tiamat. Some people
Hmm.
don't like it, but I like it because it's current cartoon accurate.
Right.
for the most part. So
Yeah.
that's what draws me in. But with the Mythic Legions, that's just awesome. So
It is awesome. It is awesome. So, Grasshopper, you were really into Legos. Was there any other kind of toys that really, or did you feel like the Legos kind of like fed your imagination? Was there figures also that you were interested in, or was it more like Legos and things?
Um, it was really more of Legos, and
Mm,
yes, Legos did feed my imagination. Um, the only thing wrong was that my mom, she used to step on them, and it was not it was not great. I
Even
know
when you
everyone
think you,
knows that feeling of stepping
oh
on
man, even when you think you
Legos.
picked them all up, there's always that one little brick that you forgot that she's gonna step on.
Oh yes, oh yes.
Or it
But
vacuums how loud is it when they would vacuum it into a vacuum cleaner and
oh
it rattled and
yes, yeah.
I'd get
yeah,
in
Oh
trouble.
man,
yeah,
My grandma would yell at me.
yeah.
plenty
My
of
my
time.
my dad, he would step on our micro machines. Those real small
Mhm.
little cars. So that would bother.
Yeah.
Oh
Now I love though that your mom um kind of saw what interested you and fed that, your imagination and your creativity. I think Legos, even these days, as old as Legos are, as long as they've been around, it's still a great toy to
yes.
give to a kid, to feed their imagination and building and creating things. Um, I think it's a great something great to give to somebody. Um, so you stopped buying them for a while. What was it that kind of got you back into it, or do you still not really? Do you buy them still now, or not really anymore?
I actually just started buying them back in let's say about a couple of years ago.
Hmm.
And just building like the Titanic in a bottle,
Hmm.
or like several Star Wars themed
Hmm.
sets. But I'm slowly getting into it, getting back into it, and it's I missed it a lot.
Yeah,
Let's just say that.
yeah. Is that kind of what gets your interest? Is like the themed ones? Like when I was a kid, they just had basic sets. Like they didn't have themes. But now it seems like all they have is themes, like movie stuff, or you know what I mean, like things that are based on movies or properties, like DC or Marvel or something. Like, do you wish that they had like basic sets, or is the themed ones kind of go along with what you're interested in?
I would say the themed ones, they typically pique my interest
Mhm.
now. When I was younger, it was more basic sets where I can just do whatever, free create. Um, but themed ones, I'm all for themed sets,
Mhm.
uh, especially model cars.
I like their
Model cars
cars.
of Star Wars. That's those are like the best ones to me.
Yeah, I still like. I've never really been a big Lego person, but every once in a while they'll make something and I'll like stop and I'll be like, oh man, I kind of want that. I don't buy it, but I'm like, I want it because usually it's like $200.
Yeah,
But like they've got like I think they had a GT, a Ford GT, that really nice sports car. I think they had a Ferrari.
I built
Um,
the Ferrari one.
did you? Yeah, they
It
had
was
a
it was a red one that I built.
yes, yeah. There's a Porsche that I really liked, and then also I think a Land Rover that I thought was really cool. But they're like 140, 150, $160, and I'm like, damn.
I actually joined a Reddit a Reddit channel, that everyone in the channel just goes to different locations online or whatever, for it could be Walmart, Target, Sam's, whatever, and they have discounts. They're like posted like, hey, normally 150 on
Mhm.
sale for $90 or
Oh
something.
wow.
Yeah.
Well, let me know if you see that Land Rover for a good price.
Okay, I
I
will
love that
definitely.
thing. I love Land Rovers. I think they're super cool. But um, no, I'm glad that you started to get back into it. It's kind of like there's something about collecting like stuff like this that it releases some kind of endorphin or something that just makes you happy, makes you maybe it triggers that, being a kid again or something, just that simple happiness, whatever it is.
Oh yeah.
So welcome back to the world of toys and collecting.
Yeah, watch out.
Glad to be back. Oh yeah.
Yeah, watch out. That's right, watch out. So would you say, Vdawg, that Motu kind of led the way into the world of Mythics, or was
Yeah,
it
it did.
something?
Yes.
How did you hear about Mythic Legions?
Well, actually, I did hear about them early on, but I think I even have like a news feed, when you subscribe to it. But
Mhm.
I just wasn't interested in with the line at the time. For some reason, it didn't bring me in at that time.
Yeah,
But
yeah. No, that happened to me too. It's not until you see that one figure that you're like, okay, I have to buy that, and
yeah,
then that's when you start to get hooked in a little bit.
I wish I still had the early pictures that I seen, but just that that seemed interesting. But there's so many lines out there. I like the gargoyles, and I like the GI Joe. A lot of
Mhm.
Super Seven stuff because that's cartoon accurate.
Yeah,
And even
I
Ninja
love Super
Turtles. There's
Seven.
just so many. There's just so many different ones. So it's like I wasn't even thinking about trying to get those.
Come on, yeah, come on, come on up here, come on.
Yeah. If you look on your toes,
No, she don't know what she wants to do. She just wants some affection, I think. This is
yeah.
Nova. Nova. This is Grasshopper and Charlie. I mean,
Hey
Nice
Vdawg.
to
Nova.
meet you, Nova.
I can't see my friends.
You
I
said
love you.
Nova?
Nova. Yep.
Wait, okay, so let me guess. Is Nova from Planet of the Apes? Is that how you got the name?
No, I have a friend and her granddaughter is called Nova, and I just thought that was a cool name.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah, because that is the name of the girl on the movie, right?
Oh, is it? I don't know. I haven't
I
seen it.
think so. Yeah, I think it's what, part two?
Yeah, I never saw that.
Okay.
I'll check it out though.
Yeah. It's been like a weird coincidence.
So, what was a figure that kind of grabbed you in the Mythic Legions? Like,
um.
how did you?
Okay, so to start, so when it started was last year. Um, it was actually daylight savings day. It was February 29th. Because I would be watching different YouTube shows. I was collecting, here and there, but not much at all. And that's when I seen Uncle Tim's rants and reviews, and he advertised the sale on the Four Horsemen Mythic Legions.
A
So
figure
I
that had
believe,
broke?
what is that?
Was it a figure that broke or what?
What do you mean?
You said a fail.
Oh no, no, a sale, in stock
Oh, I thought you
sale.
said a fail, like something
No,
had
no, no,
failed.
no.
Oh, I
So
see.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's I think the in stock sale
Yeah.
started like early February, but I didn't find out until that video. So the
Oh,
29th
I see. I
was
see.
my first order. So one of them, like like the ogre scale. So it was like the ogre, the half giant,
Hmm.
um, some of the vampires.
So you like the
That
big, beefy, the bigger figures?
yeah, yeah, and
I do too. I've got about two or three ogres. I might have
yeah,
one in the box too that I just haven't opened yet. But
I just got one. I just got one of my holy grails. This was from Dirk. He had an extra.
oh yeah, nice. Look at
Yeah,
that head sculpt. That's a nice one, man.
yeah. So
Dirk's a great
this
dude.
he's on my background on my computer, my desktop computer.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
Very
So
nice.
yeah, so when I was doing that in stock sale, stock sale, I started. Man, I probably ordered like 3 or 4 orders. I kept going back there. It's like for some reason you might like a couple, and then you just keep on going and going.
Hmm.
See, last year was a good timing because then they had the mystery boxes,
Yes.
which over time I ended up getting all those. Was it like the 14 figures? I did finally get all those last year. So
Nice. So Grasshopper, the mystery boxes were kind of an opportunity to get. So they reissued some of their older figures.
Mm-hmm.
They remade them from the factory, and they put them in mystery boxes. So you would get, I think was it like 2 figures for $80 or something like that? I don't remember.
yeah,
But
or
I
90,
mean,
yeah,
it
something
was
like
80,
that.
80 to $100
Yeah,
for the box, but you would get two random figures, but they were within this, you know, um, variety of great figures. So what was cool was that you would get your box, and you could get as many boxes as you wanted. I don't think they would sell out, and I mean they would sell out eventually. But anyway, so say Vdawg got 2 figures, one he really wanted and one he didn't. So then people would start trading. So like I would be like, "Hey Vdawg, that one figure that you got, I really want that one, and this is what I got from my mystery box." And then we would trade. It was like figure for figure because the value was the same. What's funny is that the value of the older figures, they could be almost the identical between the reissue and the old one. The old one could be $200 figure, but the reissue is almost identical. So if you don't really care about the value, these were a great thing because people like Vdawg or me, we could get the older version or the version of the figure, without having to pay the $200. So it was really a cool event for people that were new. We weren't having to pay $200 for one figure. We could buy a couple of mystery boxes for $200 and get 4 figures, and be in the race and have some cool stuff that we wouldn't have been able to afford before. So it was a good thing. I wish they would do it again, but that was a lot of fun.
yeah. I think I got like 15 boxes.
Yeah, they were $20 each, right? Those boxes.
Yeah, I got one for Grasshopper too. Do you remember which ones they were?
Uh, one of them was a knight.
It's probably
Yeah.
Sir Godfrey. Sir Godfrey, maybe.
Oh, one of them was that a female demon starts with the A,
Oh,
I think.
Zaria.
Yeah,
I'm looking at her right now. So that's a good one. She's red. Yeah. Yeah, she's pretty popular.
was one of them like this? This might have been the one, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly. Because we had the same one.
This one was the other one you got.
Okay. Zenithon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like a Stratos tribute figure.
Yeah, I love this. I love this orc face. I'm a big orc fan too.
Yeah, for sure. And he comes with some cool red wings
Yeah.
like these.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I started opening up my boxes, so I got to put them in these little baggies now.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got some bins to put them in, but I'm working on getting more organized because the figures Grasshopper, they come with a ton of stuff. And so the more you buy, you end up having like all kinds of, I've got 50 spears, I've got 100 swords, I've got, 50 shields, and it's like you get all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
So your first order Vdawg was for multiple figures. So you didn't get just one to try it out. You just started buying
I started crazy like a lot of people, I guess.
you just jumped in and started buying.
Yeah.
That's right on, man.
And then our first Four Horsemen show, just shortly after that, we both went to Joe Fest.
Okay.
Yeah. So that
What
was
did how did you feel about that, Grasshopper? Were you like, you didn't really collect anything at the time, or were you kind of starting to get into Legos again, and or you just
I,
tagging along to check stuff out?
I was tagging along. I was tagging along to see what was out there and see what to basically soak in the environment,
Hmm.
soak in everyone's excitement and just pure joy of, you know, just their pure joy of
Right.
just being there. So
Yeah, the excitement and had you ever really been around that kind of thing? Like I think if you're not really big in collecting, like maybe you don't have the idea of like what a big industry it is, and like there's shows all over the country and there's shows all over the world where people collect and spend, millions of dollars on all these different toys and toy lines and stuff like that. Like, did you have any idea of like how big the collecting world was and all the toys and stuff?
I didn't know. I knew it was big, but I didn't know that it was massive. So
It's yeah, it's huge,
yeah,
but it's slowly, like over the course of decades. So like there was a big lull. 80s was a big toy time, and 90s it kind of started to slow down, and then like early 2000 it started to ramp back up when they had like the Star Wars movies again, and Spawn came out, and this McFarlane, the Spawn toys and stuff like that. And then they started to do like Toy Biz and Marvel figures and stuff like that. So um, it's been building over decades, but now it's really, I think, a huge industry. So you had to be like, damn, man, there's a lot of stuff here. I've never been to Joe Fest, but I can imagine seeing a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
yes.
Did you pick anything up, Grasshopper?
I think I picked up I think I just picked up like a Sonic figure,
Hmm.
like a Sonic figure. I really wasn't into collecting like that.
Yeah.
Uh, a Sonic figure, and oh, that's actually where I picked up the Titanic in a bottle,
Okay.
as well. But it was very overwhelming.
Yeah.
Where was that at? Was that in Georgia or
Yep, Augusta, Georgia.
okay? Is that a pretty big show?
It's
Pretty good size, I
Yeah, it's a
think.
Is
good
it?
size. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Vdawg, have you gone to shows before?
So the first one actually, Grasshopper. We both. It's interesting because the first show was Atlanta Comic Con. It was early February, and so that's the first time I went to a convention like that.
So you'd never really been to anything like that?
No, nothing like that. And it's funny. So I told you that on the 29th of February is when I got my first Legions, right?
Hmm.
So Atlanta Comic Con was like mid to early February of that year, and I ran into Ginger Kid, right? Ginger Kid
Right.
Collectibles. He did have some Mythic Legions, but even though that was 2 weeks before, I just wasn't quite into it. They look kind of cool, but
You
I
weren't
just
ready yet.
no. So I got a couple. I got a couple GI Joe Super 7 figures, and I think and some other ones I think. But yeah, I didn't have any Mythic Legions 2 weeks prior to the in stock sale. So it's but it was pretty cool. We met a few nice celebrities. The voice of Lionel.
Yeah,
So yeah, so we got to meet him. So he did a couple of lines from the cartoon from the '80s from the
that's
Thundercat,
awesome.
and then
Does his natural voice sound like Lionel?
yeah, yeah, it does.
Does it?
And then Grasshopper, he got to meet some. What's the name who you got to meet?
Oh, DMC from Run DMC.
Yeah,
Got
I
to meet
saw
him.
him. I saw him at New York Comic Con, and I was just walking down, like they had a comic book where there's new comic books, and I think he's got a comic book that he was promoting, and I just like stopped. I'm like, whoa, there he is right there. Like I was just like blown away that he was just like right there,
He had
like
I
signing
got
autographs and taking pictures.
I got a couple issues, and then he also has a cookie line as well.
Really? I
The
didn't know that.
cookies are pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, you vouch for them cookies, huh? Good cookies. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
that's cool. Yeah, I always suggest to people. I know some people don't really like to get out. They don't really feel comfortable or safe going into large crowds and stuff like that. I get it, but there's so much to check out and see and absorb when you actually go to different shows and see what's there. And you're amongst your people. You're amongst people that collect all kinds of different things that you do or differently, you know. So I always recommend to try out a show maybe in your area and see what's out there.
Yeah, what? So on the conventions you've been to,
Mhm.
like, there's a lot of toy conventions, but have you been to ones like I know you haven't been to Atlanta Comic Con, but
Mm-mm.
the thing about that one is, let's say you're with someone that's not into toys, the Atlanta Comic Con that has a lot of variety of different things.
Right.
So if you're with someone that's not really into toys, there could be stuff like, um,
Absolutely.
Art.
yeah, different art
Yeah.
and different things. You had some Pokemon balls that were there. I got one
Mhm.
for my son. So
Old
yeah,
cassettes of or VHS
Yeah.
tapes of 80s cartoons or 90s cartoons,
Cool.
yeah,
all of that.
yeah.
Yeah. I used to go to the San Diego Comic Con, and that was just an overload of amazing like
I think that might be too overwhelming for
it,
me.
it was. I mean, you're in this huge. It's not even an auditorium. It's like a series of giant buildings and huge halls all connected to each other. And there's just so much. I mean, you couldn't have enough money to be able to buy all the stuff that you like there. And there's something for everyone at these giant shows. You know, if you don't like toys, there's comics. If you don't like comics, there's you know, celebrities that you can meet, you know, picture opportunities and things like that. And it's cool because like I think the last time I was there, Walking Dead was like super popular. And so all the actors were there. So you could like meet the actors that were, you know, doing the show or whatever. And it was super cool. It was like a lot of different media things going on. So you went to which one was it? Was it Atlanta?
Yep.
Yeah,
Joe
Atlanta
Fest?
Comic Con, then Joe Fest, and then Legion's Con after that. So that was
So you're like,
Fun.
yeah,
yeah, there we go.
yeah. And
So
I got
you
the new to Mythics here.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. So you're like, yo, Grasshopper, I know you're not into Legion's Con or Legion's figures per se. Do you want to go with me to Legion's Con? It's going to be a drive. Grasshopper, what'd you say?
I would do it. I would do it.
You're
Yeah.
like, I'm down for it. I'm down
Yeah, I
for it.
was surprised he said yes to it. I was like, what?
He's got an
I like the
adventurer.
drive.
You got an adventurer soul in you, man.
Yeah,
I'm glad you made it, dude. That's where I met you. That's I hadn't met Charlie or Vdawg yet. We had talked plenty before then, but it was nice that you actually made the drive out. It's a trek for a lot of people. It's a trek for me. I think I drove. I think it's like 11 or 12 hours to get there, but just to be there and see everyone, you know, everyone in the country and around the world comes and converges to one place um, every year in November. And it's just an amazing, amazing thing.
Oh yes, most
yeah,
definitely.
What a trip. Yeah, what a trip. So you got to meet some people. I've got a few slides here.
yeah,
This is Jesse and Curtis from Shooting the Shelf.
yeah. That's when we're. What was that session where they were painting in the
Yeah,
room?
the customizing I don't know what they call it, customizing studio.
Yeah, yeah. So that was that swig that you see in there. That's the first one. Well, the first and only one that I've painted. So I need to paint again. But that
Absolutely.
I tried to get like a pumpkin face, but it kind of backfired. But it ended up being cool. So
And then
yeah,
here's some. I think the guy that's next to you there, he the guy that makes swords, or is that somebody else?
yeah. No, that's him. It's
Yeah.
Paul Strutt. Yeah,
And
and him and his
what's his
wife make
name?
these. Paul Sutts.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should get him on your show. He's a good guy.
Yeah, he
He's the
seems
one
like
that
a really good
he
guy.
does those horror movies too. He's the director.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yep, yep. But yeah, they both were cool. Him and his wife. And when you show the picture of that troll, I bought the stone troll at LegionsCon. Then I bought that head.
Okay, I got
So
him right.
the head and that soft goods was that right there. The head and soft goods I got from them, but the troll I got from
That
LegionsCon.
head is so rad, dude. I love that
Yeah,
head with the
they
mushroom.
make some
Yeah.
they make some cool heads. But see, they paint them too. So I would bet if I got a head later on, I would want them to paint it and then send it.
Yeah. Yeah, that is super cool. I'll have to
Yeah.
get one this year.
Yep. Yep.
So Grasshopper, you had to be kind of blown away by, like, you go to a few of these other shows and it's kind of like a mishmash of everything. But like I think Legion's Con is a little bit different because I mean, yeah, there's other things there besides Legion stuff, but it's all kind of Legion's based, or most of it is Legion, Mythic Legion based, or stuff that you can use for your Mythic Legions. Were you kind of surprised about like the community and how, like, did you notice how a lot of people kind of knew each other? Like what were some of the things that I'm always curious at how people see, like, people from outside look in and see like what their thoughts are of this community. What kind of impressions did you get?
Well, yes. I was very surprised that most most of the collectors there, they knew each other,
Hmm.
or in some way, whether online or even in person at some, or from other conventions. Um, but what really blew my mind was like just the amount of figures there are, and that really blew my, and how you can
There's
customize them
Yes,
and basically almost create your own figure.
right.
And that, and also I didn't know that you could paint them. I didn't even know
Mhm.
that that was even a thing. I
I
thought
didn't
you
know.
just buy the figure and
Yeah,
you know, and that's that. I didn't know that you
right.
could actually customize them to the T by like just changing painting and all of
Right.
that. It was an amazing experience.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I when I first started collecting, I didn't know either that you could even take the figures apart and put them together,
Yeah,
or swap them, change them up, and build new things. I had no idea. I still don't really. Sometimes I'll mix them up, but I'm happy with what they create, so I don't really need. But I love like that troll head that you had, Vdawg. I think that's awesome. So
Yeah.
I love to see the stuff that people create, and it's like Legos. It's like limitless, uh, things that you can create,
yeah,
just by using your imagination.
Yeah. Yeah. And unfortunately, like this happens to all of us, right? Like that first day, I spent like almost all my money that first day. So you just kind of walking around.
Yeah, I remember you saying that. It can be very expensive. My friend Andy, I don't know if you met Andy. I think he burned through like
Oh
five
yeah. Oh
grand.
yeah. Yeah. We did. We got to
Yeah,
eat with them in that restaurant in the pub.
yeah,
Good
he
meal there.
yeah.
Yeah.
He had some savings, and man, he burned through it, man. But I mean, he had a great time. But yeah, you really gotta be choosy. I try to be like, I'll do a circuit around and look at everything and be like, okay, this I might come back to that. I might come back to this. The problem with that is that sometimes that stuff sells, and it's gone before you can, go back and pick it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's something, man. It's something. So
When
did
you,
it? Go ahead.
I was gonna say, when you did intern for a day, is there just certain ones you could buy, or you could the full collection they let you buy?
They give you like a checklist.
Oh, okay.
Last year they there was like a QR code, and you scan it on your phone, and then on there is like a list of all the stuff that you can order from them, and then you pick it, and then you enter in your credit card or debit number, and then they'll pull it while you're there, and then they'll be like Vdawg, and then there's a box of stuff there, so it's pretty rad. But I mean, there was nothing like, there was a few things that were a little bit rare, but it was mostly a lot of the mystery boxes and stuff like that, like those figures, those reissue figures. So, but you could buy as many as you want. There's no limit, and the prices were good. So, yeah,
Yeah.
it was cool.
Yeah, it was nice that. So I gave one. I had the unknown one figure, and I gave
Mhm.
that away. So the fact that at LEGIONSCON I was able to pick it up again, that was pretty cool.
Nice.
Then I got the. Was it the? I forget. It was like the orc, Atherblade with the extra head. I
Yeah.
got that too. That was cool. Um, and some other things, and then that's when Greg was saying, "Oh, you need to get this the female Legion builder." But I said, "Well, it wasn't speaking to me." And then, of course, later on, it was speaking to me. But yeah, that was a good pickup you got there.
Yeah, I love that. I love that figure. And you picked up Grasshopper, some kind of anime thing, didn't you? Like I asked you what you got. You picked up something, or
I
was it
did.
for your sweet lady? You picked up something. I can't remember.
Yes, it was actually um, Inuyasha.
Yeah,
I'm not good with,
that's all right.
but picked up I think the brother or something.
Yeah,
I forgot the name, but I know
yeah.
my wife. She's into that, so
Yeah,
Always smart to pick up a little something for the lady.
always
yeah.
yes.
Yeah,
And he
yeah.
did go through the armory too. The armory
I did.
experience. Yeah.
I did.
That was a lot of fun building knights and stuff. That was cool.
Yeah.
So you guys think you're going to be able to make it back to this one this year?
No, no, we won't. But hopefully, in the future again we can. But
Yeah, for sure. Well, you got a good driver.
yeah, yeah.
You got a
Yeah,
good partner.
we were supposed to like split it up. There's one time he was like, we went to the gas station. He was like, "Yeah, you're gonna have to drive. I'm getting tired." Soon as I came back out there, he said, "Oh, I'm good now."
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
He
like to
closed
drive.
he closed his eyes for a minute, and then he's ready.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And he was the chauffeur when we all went to New York City
I
together.
was I was just about to bring that up.
Yeah.
Had you guys ever been to New York City? I think Vdawg, you said you'd been there before.
No, no, I never have.
Neither one of
I've
you
been,
guys.
I've been as a child. I think I was like 12.
Okay.
12 the last time I've been there. Oh yeah, that was when we just got out of Starbucks. I think.
Starbucks, yeah.
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 Yeah. You have to like, I think we had to go pee or something, and so you guys went in to uh to use the restroom, but you have to kind of give them your debit card or something to to use the restroom or to shop, and
Yeah,
like,
it was like it was like so they had an automatic scanner or something. You walk through it, like kind
yeah,
of like a metal detector looking thing,
yeah,
but it was like where it automatically checks your card, and so you don't have to really check out. Like if you pick up
right. So you
something,
can grab something and take it with you,
we
and it just charges you.
like I think Amazon does something like that too. Like I think
They do.
Amazon started that.
Okay.
But basically we had to pee to pee. It cost a cup of coffee.
I'm
So
like, guys, you're in New York, just pee in an alley, Come on. Vdawg is like, what are you doing, man? I'm like, it's New York City, man. You pee in an alleyway. What's wrong with you, man? There's no bathrooms. What are you doing? I'm gonna get heat from this, I'm sure, but
Yeah,
you're in New York, you know.
yeah. And then we had some pizza, and
That
then
was a blast, man. I had so
yeah,
much fun. Here's us at Times Square. Looks like Mark is looking at his phone or something.
he's not paying attention.
oh,
That
that's
was
that store behind there. Yeah.
yeah, that was a blast.
Yeah, I took a
Yeah.
lot of pictures in that store there. Yeah. Then it was hard for Greg to get out of one of the stores because you were looking at the ladies or something in the pictures. And it
I don't know what you're talking about, man. I'm not sure what you're talking about.
was like that comic store that we went when we went on the
Oh yeah. The
Oh, yeah, so now
Midtown
you remember.
Comics. I had a picture of us at the pizza place, and I guess I didn't put it in slides, but yeah, that was fun. I love New York City, man. And when you're so close, LegionsCon, it was only like what 35 minutes to get there.
Yeah, 35 minutes, and that's because right when you get there through the tunnel, it's like traffic.
Yeah, yeah. I had never driven there. Like I lived in New York for a few months, but I always took the trains, and so I was really nervous about driving. And so I was glad. Thank you for offering Grasshopper to drive, because I was like, I don't know what to expect. You know what I mean? And I was just like, I didn't really want to do it. I'm like, let's take the subway, or let's take a train to the subway or something, because I was kind of nervous about driving. So I appreciate you
Oh,
driving
yeah,
us.
that's no problem.
That was a blast. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. But yeah, I'm grateful that Vdawg grabbed, hey, he dragged you with him to Legion's Con, because I'm always interested in how people perceive this, this community that Vdawg is in, because it's almost like everyone kind of knows everyone a little bit, and it's your interactive level, like Vdawg watches different YouTube shows and interacts, and people like, oh, they'll remember Vdawg's name, and remember him. And so it's cool to be able to see or to meet people, that maybe you see online or in the community. It's cool to actually meet them at LegionsCon.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's kind of nice, even if you're not on the show, you can chat and you can still make fun of the host.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you didn't really tell me about your brain scan thing where the figure. Did you do anything with that? Do you have a picture of that?
Yeah, it was for a head sculpt, but it probably did something to my brain too. I don't know. It's not been working too well lately. I think he fried out the last few brain cells that I had. Um, but yeah, it was a thing, Grasshopper, that at the Legions Con, where the guy's got a scanner, and he scans like every inch of your head, like over and over and over again. That was Pete Johnson. And then he takes that scan home and then prints it on a 3D printer, and then he'll send you like a version of your head. So I don't know where I have them somewhere. I don't know where they are. Let me see if I can find it. Hang on a second. But it's pretty cool though. It turned out pretty good. I guess it's better if you're more handsome. Uh, but I don't know. Vdawg thought it was pretty funny that I was getting my brain scanned.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see it. Yeah, it's somewhere. But yeah, Legion's Con is always a blast, man. There's so much there. All the different things that you can do with the Legion's figures, and it's awesome.
But you think the thing about that scan, like I would be picky on what version I would want to get scanned. Like you'd have to have the right look because I would want it to look just right. Like You see ones like Van Johnson, like he has a good head sculpt and
Hmm.
everything. And you got different people out there that have them,
Mine
but
kind of look like a potato or a meteorite, you know. And I think my eyes, like I had to take my glasses off, so I don't know if my eyes were open or if they were closed, but it looks like on my head. I'll have to post it, but it looks like I'm asleep on my head sculpt.
were you asleep?
So I tried to paint little eyes on the head, but it didn't look right, man. It's still I had to find it. I don't know where it is, dude, but yeah,
You have to have your glasses off when you do it, though, huh?
I think so, yeah. So then I'm like, I need to try and find some glasses that fit on there. I think
Yeah.
maybe Doc from Classified. Maybe I could use those glasses or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So Grasshopper, are you? What's your next Lego set, man? You got something you got your eye on?
Um, Star Wars set, or either that or a just a model car. Um, maybe the Rover. Who knows? No.
Right?
Get it just for you, you know.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. How about you, Vdawg? What figures are you looking at for Mythics? You got anything that you're wanting to pick up?
Probably. I'd like to get something in the Necro wave. I like
Hmm.
those the night looking guys. So,
Yeah, they're pretty cool. You don't have any of them yet?
no.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
they're pretty
I,
awesome.
I came in afterwards, and I haven't been to any shows. So
Oh, that's right.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, they're
But
pretty cool.
you know, Grasshopper didn't know this, but I ordered the dragon and that fiery breath set. You remember
Hmm.
that dragon I've seen? I ordered that.
Yeah. How did you get away with
That's what I'm wondering.
that?
He's like it's a vacuum machine too, or it's.
Yeah, yeah. How many did you order? A couple?
I just ordered one.
Yeah,
Yeah, but man, it's pricey, man. I got to make payments on it. That thing is
yeah. That's the
a lot of
only way.
money. You what?
Yeah, that's the only way to go on
That's the
that type
only
of
way,
thing.
dude. I couldn't drop. My fiance would kill me if I dropped that much money all of a sudden.
Do you think they even would have got to 2,000 if there was no payment plan?
That's a good question. I don't think so. I mean, it was smart that they did it around income tax time,
Yeah.
but still, I mean, can you imagine Grasshopper dropping like $600, $700, $800, $1,000 for an action figure?
But
I'm
I
no,
sleeping
mean,
on the
it's
couch.
there was
it's
three of them that
it's amazing. I mean, you saw
three
it there.
figures
I
came
mean
with
that
it.
that dragon is a beautiful, beautiful thing, but man,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
not cheap.
at least we have those three figures that came with it. You know?
That's right. You
Yeah.
have a spot for it, Vdawg, where you're gonna put your dragon?
Uh, yeah, I do have a plan. We'll say a plan.
A plan.
Yeah.
Is it on your headboard above you? Is that where you're gonna put it, or
Yeah. Yeah. But
awesome?
yeah, that's cool.
Some people are smart. Like if they had the money, like people bought multiples because when it does come out, people are gonna be able to be, that weren't able to buy it. They're gonna want to buy it. So you could probably triple your money, or it would at least pay for both of your dragons. So say you paid $600, $700 for the dragon, and you could turn around and sell one probably double that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just depends.
It'd be kind of cool if there's a way that you could maybe the way you show it a certain view. If somehow you could hook something by the teeth and have some the fire come out like.
Hmm.
I wonder if there's a way you could do that. There probably
I
could
think
be somehow.
I think there's going to be people making different things and accessories for that dragon, because you
Yeah.
see people and they've got like these torches that light up and stuff. I think there'll be like flame effects that are actually like flame effects. Um, and then people are gonna paint the dragon. They might be bloody, they might be ashy or whatever. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be
Yeah.
cool for sure.
Yeah.
Grasshopper, you're gonna have to come check it out when Vdawg gets the that dragon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know how you gonna explain that one.
Yeah, I'm curious about that too. We might have to have a second show when that comes out to see
Oh
if
yeah.
he might be staying with you. I don't know.
I might be looking different.
Yeah, yeah, right. I appreciate you guys being on, man.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for stopping by on a Saturday night. It was great seeing you guys. Um, I'm bummed out that you guys are not going to make it this year, but I hope maybe next year you guys can make the trip. Love to see you guys. We'll have to do New York
Yeah.
City again. That was a
Hey,
lot of fun.
I wanted to say something real quick. I think you're my favorite guys watching you on the show is Eric and Matt. I like when you bring them in. They've been like 4 episodes when they're
Yeah,
showing
we've
the
done.
figures and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, we've done about four or five episodes. We're working on a new one.
Oh,
We're
okay.
just
Yeah.
trying to.
Yeah. They're my favorite guys to watch with you.
They're awesome. I love both those guys. They're so much fun. It's just a matter of us having the time to all come together, and then also to have an idea
Right.
that we're like, oh, that's a good idea. Let's do that show. But yeah, we need to. It's been a while. So yeah, that thank you for that. Yeah, they're a lot of fun. Those dudes they're awesome dudes.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for putting this together. I know it took a little bit, but
No, it was fun, man. I had a
yeah,
good time.
this is really our premiere. Both of us our premiere on YouTube. So
Yeah, and like you're kind of messing with some ideas of something that you want. You might want to make your own show and do something in the future. So that's cool, man.
yeah.
Absolutely. Grasshopper, is there anything that you are thinking of creatively in the future? Because I know you've got kind of a creative mind. Is there anything that you've got that you're kind of cooking in your brain?
Uh, possibly, possibly a comic book or a yeah. that's
That's all
that's
right.
that's I've always wanted to at least come up with a concept for a
Yeah,
comic book. Not necessarily publish it. That'll be down the road, but
yeah.
really get the ball rolling on.
You can always find collaborators too. Like find meet other people and come up with ideas and make something amazing together, or
Yeah.
do it on your own. Yeah, you can do it, man.
Yeah, maybe we could help each other because I was telling you a while back that I want to write an adventure book. So
Mhm.
yeah, so
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
yep,
I'm interested in writing a book too, so that would be cool, man.
yeah,
That would be cool. Well, thank you guys again for your time. I sure appreciate you guys. You guys have a good weekend and good Easter coming up, and we'll talk to you guys soon.
yeah. Nice talking to you. Take care,
Thank
buddy.
you guys for watching. Take
Yeah,
care.
yeah.
Remember, friends, to always have fun, be curious, share, and enjoy what this line has to offer. Come for the toys, but stay for the friends. Good night, and thank you very much.